Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Open Central Asia Regional Interest Community. My name is Yerkin Abdurrahim. I am going to be your host today. I'm going to work with my colleague behind the scene, Nodra Kushbakova, one of the community leaders from Uzbekistan. Welcome to the Open Globe Insight Series webinar. Today is our presenter, Hadeer Fikry from Egypt. She will be talking about the enhancing teaching practices throughout personalized learning by adapting AI platforms. Let me introduce our presenter. Hadeer Fikry is a real mentor trainer, IELTS tutor and coordinator, FLE teacher, IGCSE instructor, English teacher for adults, and an active member, presenter, and PDREP at Nile TESOL and AUC. She brings extensive experience in language teaching and professional development. Welcome, dear Hadeer Fikry. We are very happy to have you today. Thanks for your contribution to our community.
Hello, and thank you for the introduction, Mr.
Yeah.
Yerkin. It's a great chance for me to join.
Yeah.
I hope you can hear me well. This sound is fine.
Yes, we can see you and hear you perfectly.
This is great. Okay. And in case you can make me co-host, just so I can share my screen.
Well, I'm going to make you a co-host.
Uh-huh.
So you can share your screen.
Okay.
Now you can share your screen.
Okay, and thank you so much for the chance. Welcome, my dear colleagues, and I'm so happy to share this time with you, dear colleagues. Thank you for the introduction one more time, Mr. Yerkin, and here we go. So we can start by knowing more about how to adapt AI inside the classroom. Okay, so our agenda for today is going to be understanding personalized learning first, the concept itself, and knowing more about the role of AI in education in the recent epoch. Also, the benefits of AI-driven personalized learning in order to serve more practices for our learners. Some case studies and examples are given, and also a gift from me as a teacher to you, my dear colleagues, as teachers, and not only for English teachers, but also some gifts you can pass to other field teachers, like math teachers, that can help them in their classrooms. Also, we are going to know some challenges and considerations to put into ideas inside the classroom while using the AI. And maybe we will talk about some future trends before getting some questions and happily answer them. Okay, so let me get started by one first thing to know. I have been serving as a content creator in one of the open programs for the past 6 months, and one of my posts that I sent or posted to my colleagues was this post. It was about asking them to share their experience or tips. Can they make sure that the students' assignments are not copied? And how can they make sure that they do not just copy from each other instead of doing their authentic assignments? So I wanted to know from my dear teachers and colleagues, how do they make sure that the copied assignments will not affect the level of the students? I got some responses that I would like to share with you. Okay, so my dear colleague, Mr. Yerkin himself, gave me the honor of replying on my post, and he said, yeah, sometimes copying can be a solution because it's better than doing nothing, which is, I really appreciate. Actually, I really appreciated this point of view. But why not, this concept came to my mind, why not let them do the assignments themselves instead of copying from each other? Because in this way, we can best understand that they acquire what we told them, and also to check how they apply what we teach them. And this is the most important thing to consider. So my question was, can we let just them copy instead of doing their authentic work? Another dear colleague replied and said, in this case, when she discovered that one of the students copy from their peers, actually she tends to punish them. And what my question was, can punishment be the only reaction that we shall We shall do. So I just want in the chat box to check what do you do in this case, and what do you think of copying? How do you deal with your students in case of copying, and do you just let the punishment can be the only solution? I will have a
Yeah,
look on your chat
yeah.
box.
Thank you.
Go ahead,
Thank you
please.
for these questions, Hadeer Fikry. Yes, it was a great, you know, discussion post from you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What do you think, dear colleagues? Please share your ideas in the chat box. So
Mm-hmm.
there are two questions here. Can punishment be your only option, or what do you think about copying? Yes. Can copying
Okay.
be a solution?
Let's share some tips. How do you make sure that it's a copy or an authentic work, and how do you react in this case, in case you discovered it's a copy? So, waiting to see your responses, and I'm happy to check the chat box and have some points to discuss.
Yeah, dear colleagues, you can even raise your virtual hand and speak.
Okay. So they can, instead of applying their answer on the chat box, they can raise hands and speak?
Yes, yes,
Okay.
absolutely. If they
Yeah,
want to speak, they can raise their virtual hand, so they can speak.
much better. Okay, this would be
Yeah,
great.
yeah, yeah. What comes to me? Let me start. If we don't have any responses in the chat box, yeah, dear Hadir Fikri, yeah,
Yeah.
and when, yeah, as I mentioned it, as I commented on your discussion post, it's, yeah, when sometimes, there can be the students who are, I don't know, maybe it's a laziness, or maybe
Mm-hmm.
really not understanding the
Mm-hmm.
topic of the lesson. So
Mm-hmm.
of course, sometimes because of the time restriction, we don't have a lot of time in our
Mm-hmm.
list, right?
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to the to my context, to
Mm-hmm.
Kazakhstani context, so we don't
Mm-hmm.
have. So sometimes we want to see that the students even sometimes can copy their classmates, the classmate who sits next to him, next to her, and write something in their notebooks.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, it would be like a kind of, come and go and to do nothing.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and I got a response here in the chat box that copying might be a solution to help the teacher earn from each other and take some knowledge. Well, okay. Well, by copying, I meant copying students' assignments by each other, and students copying from each other. But thank you for sharing your concept, and yeah, thank you, Mr. Yurkin, because this helps to give a chance or a space to the students to learn something and for the teacher to get what they learned. So, in case of punishment, I cannot get the idea of punishment because of copying. Instead, maybe you can give a different assignment to the students so they can perform better in case they did not do well in the previous assignment. So that's why they copied them. Instead of punishment, you can give a different type of assignment instead. I believe that can solve solve the problem without giving a punishment that might hurt the students themselves. Well, moving to the definition, how can I know or define the AI, especially for my colleagues? If you one time train some teachers, so you have to basically know the idea of AI before passing the idea to other teachers. So it's personalized, or it means what? Tailor the education according to the level. So when you address each and every single student according to their needs, their basic needs, their skills, and their abilities, This makes your style of teaching outstanding, stands out of the crowd, because it's unique enough to meet each and every student's personalized needs, so you can better deliver the idea or the listen to them. And this is the core of teaching, is addressing each and every single learner, not just giving a collective thing that might apply to some and not to the others. Well, and let's know more about the key components. It's not responding, I don't know. Oh, okay. So how to make this beneficial enough for the students? Actually, it focuses, as mentioned, on the learner's unique needs. So you need to understand each and every student's first. So this gives you a chance to get closer to your learners. You understand their needs. So basically, you can provide flexible pacing that might suit the students, all of them, because sometimes you might discover that some of the students learn on the pace you follow, while the others are lagging behind because they cannot cope with the ideas that you offer in the pace you follow. So when the pace you follow is flexible, this can be much better to suit every student, not to make sure not to have some of them lagging and understanding nothing. Well, how can you make sure that this is done? It provides data-driven. So basically, based on the data you collect from about your learners, you inform them instructionally and take the decisions according to this data collected. I hope you can find this really fruitful, because here is how we can take this inside the classroom, how to be applied. For the tutors, well, adaptive learning can be used like having students' performance to be based on this in your preparation. So you can adjust your lesson and the teaching techniques according to their performance. Maybe you have some way to give personalized feedback, because how many times have you faced the situation when the parent call you, for example, or maybe the students see the feedback given to them and say, huh, teacher, I did not do this or that, so this or that cannot be applied for me. And maybe the credibility of your feedback would be suspected by the parent when they find the feedback is collective, not personalized. So using intelligent tutoring system will make you avoid falling in such problem, because the feedback will be addressed to each student according to the performance they did, right? So also, who doesn't need to save some time to take breath? As a teacher, I can tell that teachers many times take some of the grading work to house to be done home. And this, of course, affects your life-work balance and gives you no time to spend with families. So when it's automated grading, I think this gives you a breath, a time to relax a little bit and feel energetic enough to go to school the next day. It saves you time and it saves your effort as well. Okay, so AI also, or predictive analytics, gives you the chance to identify the risk, the at-risk students, before it happens as a problem, before you discover a big problem in one or more of the students, so you can basically tailor your teaching or style, change it according to this topic that happened in your classroom before it turns into a problem. Okay. And here are some of the benefits that you might like, because it could be beneficial for both students and teachers. Let's start by the AI application and benefits for students. As we mentioned, it helps your style to be tailored according to the individual styles and paces as well. Also, the immediate feedback instead of the late feedback. Immediate feedback performs well, better actually, because you meet the student's mistake and correction at the minute, at the time of doing the task, not late after the task while they maybe forget what mistakes they have done. So it performs better as a strategy to tell the students or navigate the students what to do or what not to do. Okay. Well, maybe most of you can go for some group work assignments and peer work assignments. Well, the core target here is the engagement, to keep the students motivated and engaged. Okay, this helps to interact the students more and engage the students more, so you can help them integrate with each other and perform better. So this is the benefit of for AI for students. Let's move to the benefits that provide to the teachers. For the first thing, we can go for efficiency because, as we mentioned before, it frees some time for you to have a healthy lifestyle and also free some time for you inside the classroom to interact with the students, not just to spend the whole time of the session just explaining and the students are sitting doing nothing. So interaction here is a benefit. Okay. Another thing is the insights. Of course, the data-driven insights would give you some teaching strategies that might help you perform better as a tutor or as a teacher. And maybe the differentiation, which makes your class standing out of the crowd. The unique teaching strategy would help you give instructions for diverse learners according to their needs. Okay, so hopefully this makes a good change inside your classrooms. And here we go. I promise that I will have a gift for you to pass from your hands to your colleagues' hands. And the first one shall be the dream box. I hope that we have time for this video. It's just less than 2 minutes. Is it okay to film it now?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
This can be helpful, especially for your math teacher colleagues. Just make sure that the sound is clear and you can hear it.
As educators, we know that
Does it work well?
every student comes to class with a different level of ability.
Yes.
But it's impossible for just one teacher to teach all
we
these
can
different
only
student
hear
levels
the
at the same
voice.
The sound is good?
Yeah,
Yes,
sound
yes.
is good. So
Okay.
it's not video, right?
It's
Sound?
a video.
Yeah.
time. What we really need is a tutor for every student. We looked for software to help, but we quickly discovered that not all adaptive software is created equal. Many programs took a typical lesson and just converted it to digital worksheets. Another claimed to be adaptive, but all it did was move students faster or slower through the exact same lessons. But one was a revolutionary change, true adaptive learning. Dreambox is the only program designed with an intelligent adaptive learning engine. It starts helping immediately and continuously assesses exactly where students are. It adapts to how they learn in real time and constantly individualizes what each student sees next. In a single minute of use, Dreambox Math collects, analyzes, and responds to hundreds of pieces of information about how the student thinks and learns. That's tens of thousands of pieces of data every hour. And Dreambox Reading assesses student performance using tens of thousands of comprehension tasks across 18 content levels. The results are amazing. The kids love it. I think it's like having a tutor for every student. A tutor with infinite patience, unlimited data, and a perfect memory. With Dreambox, I can help every student love learning. It's the partner I need in my classroom.
Okay, this might be helpful even for math teachers. So it's a gift from the English department to the math department. Hopefully it works. Okay, and there is another gift that might help all teachers as well, which is the Squirrel AI. I'm not sure if you are familiar with the concept, but actually it really helps. Okay, so it's basically Chinese, but you might find different languages based there. Okay, it's for the personalized learning and it might be really helpful. Let's have a look.
Hadeer, I see think we can see the
Through its
video.
artificial intelligence.
I'm sorry?
We can see the video, but we can hear it.
I'm not playing the sound yet. I just make sure that the screen is full first. Now it's okay?
Intelligence-based adaptive learning system.
Now it's okay?
Sound is okay, but we are not. We can't see the screen which you are sharing.
I'm not sure.
Could you please stop sharing your slide and change?
Yes, maybe we can share it again. Now? Now it's okay?
Yes.
Yes.
Squirrel AI Learning Incorporated realized learning efficiency. Help children advance by acquiring all nanoscaled refined knowledge points with the intelligent testing. Form a very comprehensive knowledge map. Students need to take an intelligent knowledge diagnosis assessment at the beginning of studying. This intelligent knowledge diagnosis can quickly and accurately detect students' knowledge gaps and weaknesses based on our comprehensive knowledge map. According to the detected knowledge weaknesses, the system delivers the most suitable learning materials, including short videos and lecture notes, which are made by our experienced and award-winning teachers. After learning the knowledge from videos and lecture notes, students receive personalized practices automatically.
Okay, thank you for watching, and hopefully it really works well.
What do you guys do exactly for those who haven't heard?
Now I need to go back to my first screen and just make sure that my screen now is clear, right? Is it obvious to everyone?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, thank you so much. And these links will be free to be sent if you require. And let's get some challenges, maybe considerations to be taken into while using the AI inside the classroom. So make sure that your data or the students' data do not fall in the wrong hand or can be replaced or manipulated somehow. So the first thing to make sure is to ensure that your data collected from students is really protected. Equity. Well, regarding online teachers that might teach students from different sorts of the globe, you might find in your class some students from some underdeveloped areas that they don't have stable access to internet all the time, or maybe they are not aware of using the AI tools all the time. So the basic need here is to avoid this challenge by maybe vary the AI tools that you use inside the classroom and the type of assignments you provide students, so it might suit all bases of students. Also, keep updated all the time. The basic way to make sure that you use AI efficiently in your classroom is for you yourself to be trained from time to time. And here we give you a hand by giving professional development from time to time on a continuous basis. Okay, so you make sure that you don't miss any of the updates. So, of course, the algorithms might vary from one tool to another. Make sure that the AI tool that you use, the algorithm cannot be biased to some political issues or religious issues. So you make sure it's suitable for all students with different cultures and backgrounds. Okay. And let me remind you that AI, of course, is a revolutionary way to make your classroom stand out of the crowd. Make sure that you enable personalized learning inside the classroom. Make sure that you are close enough to your learners and understand every one of them, so you can tailor your basic style according to each one of them. Okay, and as mentioned, make sure that you are updated with the tools of the AI. They are your assistant. They are not to be competitive. They are just to help you improve your classroom. So teachers might improve their outcomes, might improve the students' outcomes also by applying the platforms. And make sure that for the future of the education, make sure that you use the AI to unlock the key of future educational persistence. Thank you so much. And now I am happy to take your questions and happy to give answers if any.
Great. Thank you so much, dear Hadeer Fikry, for
Thank
this
you.
presentation.
Thank you.
Dear participants, if you have any questions, you can ask the question in the chat box, or you raise a virtual hand and ask the question directly. Ask the presenter the questions directly. So please, you're welcome.
We have one
Okay.
comment from Rosetta. My sentiments to you, Hadeer. In all compilation of knowing how students use AI can be recognized by me from the way they structure their work, for example, speaking, reading, writing, as well as using my formative assessment technique, as well as differentiate teaching instructions.
I'm so glad to hear so. And let me know from you, dear colleague, in case you discover that there is something not authentic in your classroom assignments. What do you usually do in this case? And you might give us some inspiration of ways that you take inside the classroom to make sure that your students' assignments are authentic, are their own basic work.
Hello, Hadeer. Welcome.
Hello. Hello. Welcome, Rosetta speaking, right?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
So,
Oh yeah.
all right. One of the ways that is very common, especially in Guyana, is by penalizing the student if they use plagiarism or AI by reducing or deducting their mark.
Deducting marks.
Yes, right. Than to use any physical form. So it's more of a professional way of deducting or reducing their score, their marks at the end of the term. But to add to that, that is why we as teachers need to perform assessment, formative assessment. So constant questioning, constant acting, asking your students, interacting with them. You will know if they are using AI or not. You need to know your students in and out. That is the only way for us, for teachers, we can identify certain way of plagiarism and AI. So by deducting their score works perfect.
This is
Thank
great.
you.
Thank you, Rosetta, for sharing this inspiring idea. But let me add maybe something that might make a change also. Regarding the first time you discover this for your student, let's say a certain students, you discovered it for the first time. I believe that the student have the chance to get a verbal warning first. Maybe deducting from their marks can be beneficial, but not from the first time they do this. If it's repeated, if the action repeated maybe more than one time, maybe we can go for maybe scheduling a meeting with the parents to discuss this behavior with them. Let them see the picture, see the whole picture, or let them share in the situation. And then if the problem keeps happening and happening again and again, then we can go for the deduction from their marks. So what do you think?
Well endorsed. But in Guyana we have almost over 40 per class, over 40 students per class. And sometimes time does not permit us to, constantly giving that chance because what we do, we use formative assessment consciously and unconsciously in Guyana. And I'm sure for, other parts of the world when teaching is concerned. So to constantly have the back and forth within the student, I think, and we don't use that much here, what we do is that we assess them monthly, per term, or annually where you transfer them to another class higher than the one that you're in. But that can work. But for me, we don't use so much of AI, but I will know how to structure and how to mark my students' paper, as I said earlier, by knowing their ins and outs. Because in Guyana, we have almost over 45 per class. So it's well, crowded. And to go the back and forth with them, we really don't use that, but it's well endorsed by you, Hadeer. Well endorsed. And it will work.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you.
I appreciate your fruitful ideas. And I believe there is a question about articles, right? In the chat box, someone was asking about something related to
Yes.
articles. Okay. So the basic input is the best thing for output. The basic information you deliver the student is the way to get the benefit out, the perfect output. So if you go one more time for the AI tools that I shared a video about, which is Squirrel AI, you will find many resources that you yourself might guide the students to go for, not for plagiarism, not to copy from them, but actually to gain some ideas and then transform them in their own way, in their own language, into articles. I think this would work better. And in this case, you make sure that they do the research by themselves, and you can check if they did the great job because they will give you differentiated articles, not the same copy. I think this would work. What do you think? Yeah, so when you guide them through the ways to search, I think they can gain the benefits and then transform them into articles in their authentic language, in their authentic work. Basically, I believe this might work better.
Yeah, thank you, Hada. I would agree, yes. But the question is, how do you monitor this progress with them? So, well, because it takes time to monitor everybody, any, hint or any technique strategy you employ to monitor this process of their uptake from AI?
Well, if you are sure that the inputs you give them or the sources you provide them are different, but you selected them yourself, so you can make sure that the outcome, the articles or the work, the assignments they provide can be checked according to related to the resources you already provided. So I believe this can help you both make sure they don't copy and make sure that they provide the best efforts ever.
Okay, so you guide them with some resources, but not give them the freedom with the choice of their resources. That's why, we can guide and process this information. Thank you.
Sometimes you can provide guidelines to, like a rubric to evaluate their work. What about making them exchange their work with each other and correct or check for each other's work anonymously, according to the rubric? So this makes you make sure that they understand what are the guidelines to be followed and did they apply them or not. And I hope this would make a change because I am talking about out of my own experience inside my classroom. So cascading this knowledge might make a change, a positive change in your classrooms as well.
Okay, thank you, dear Hadeer Fikry. Nadra, do we have other questions in the chat box for the presenter?
We haven't so far.
I believe I answered the last one.
Yes, yes.
Okay, dear participants, do you have any questions? Because we have some time, we can accept one or two questions. Okay. If we don't have any questions, that's great. Let's move forward. Thank you so much, dear Hadeer Fikry, for this great presentation.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for spending time to be with us, to share your experience with our interest community, open interest community, as we are all open alumni. And I would say this is our mutual community where we can share our experiences and insights with each other. Okay, thank you everyone.
Thank you for this chance, and I'm looking forward to meeting you all again. And I'm really, I cannot really wait to meet you again and again and share more experience and situations that might help, and maybe fruitful ideas as well to be inspired.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much for your willingness to present for our community again. It's such a great pleasure to have you today, and I thank you everyone for the participation, for spending time, for the I would say for the majority of the teachers from the Central Asia, because most of our teachers are on vacation right now, and they're still joining and spending the time with us. Thank you so much. Okay, dear Hadeer Fikry, we will reach out to you shortly to hand out your certificate of appreciation. We are really happy to have you today. For now, you can stay with us. I'm going to make some announcement of our upcoming webinars.
Okay, that's great. That would be great.
Okay, our next webinar, it will be in the Voices of Leadership segment. Our presenter is Monge Elabet from Tunisia. She will be speaking on the topic of motivation in the ESP classroom. The event is going to be on June 9th, 5 p.m. Tashkent time. Another great webinar on the same day, on the same date, this time from Cascade Learning series webinar. The cascading presenter Tahmina Soliva from Tajikistan. She will be cascading the knowledge gained from American English Live series, webinar 24.5, integrating cultures through clip chat and picture talk. As I mentioned, the event is going to be this webinar is also going to be on June 9th. But the time is different, 7 p.m. Tashkent time. So you have the 1 hour to have a rest between these two amazing webinars. Our next webinar is in the special webinar segment. Our speaker is Gulbakor Umarbekova from Kazakhstan. She will be speaking on the topic of cascading new knowledge through multiple perspectives. The event is going to be on June 12th, 5 p.m. Tashkent time. Our next webinar is in the Celebrating America 250. Our speaker is Dr. Nurlana Imanova from Azerbaijan. She will be speaking on the topic of a continent within a country. And the webinar is going to be on June 16th, 5 p.m. Tashkent time. And we have the last viewing party of American English Live Series 24. This time 24.6. The viewing party is going to be on June 17th, 8 a.m. Eastern time, 5 p.m. Tashkent time. The topic is not just role plays, drama, and summer camp games for language teachers. Our next webinar is in the Alumni Connect series. The speaker is Farzona Havasova from Uzbekistan. She will be speaking on the topic of differentiated instruction in mixed ability classrooms. The webinar is going to be on June 19th, 5 p.m. Tashkent time. Our next webinar is in the Celebrating America 250. Our speaker is Rosetta Bkhagwandin from Guyana. She will be speaking on the topic of the 3 pillars of liberty and diplomacy, 1776-2026. The event is going to be on June 22nd, 6 p.m. Tashkent time. And our last webinar in June, our presenter, Dr. Nurlana Imanova from Azerbaijan, she will be speaking on the topic of leadership that promotes professional growth and builds ELT communities. The event is going to be on June 26, 5 p.m. Tashkent time. Dear participants, please join our social media accounts. Please be a part of our growing community. You can see the QR codes of our pages: Facebook page, YouTube channel, Instagram page. We have recently created the LinkedIn page as well. We will add the QR code. So please follow us and stay tuned. Thank you so much, dear participants. We are very
Yes,
happy.
Yerkin, could you please share the link?
Yes, sorry. Thank you so much, Nadra, for reminding. Let me share the link to apply for the certificate of attendance. Now you can go to the link and apply for the certificate of attendance. So you will have time. We are not going to close the session because we are sharing the link a little bit late. So we will wait for you to apply for the certificate of attendance. For now, or while you are applying for the certificate of attendance, if you have any questions, dear participants, you can ask